The subconscious mind is in the driver's seat about 90% of our day, and most people have no idea what that really means or how much it's actually impacting their lives. But once you understand the subconscious mind, you understand that all of the things that you're doing, all of the repeated patterns, the habits, the thought processes, the beliefs that are keeping you so stuck in life, those are not you. They're a program that's being played out, and learning this gives you the freedom to understand it's not personal, and the power and capacity to realize that you have the ability to change. So let's get into it. We are subconscious about 90% of the day. The other 10% of our day, we're conscious. This is when we are like, I want to do this, this, and this. We're creating the plan for our day. And then the end of our day comes and we haven't accomplished any of that. It's a natural state. We end up here all the time, every single day. A good example is if you're driving to a place that you've been to many times. Once you get there, you'll realize that you never really had to tell yourself or have the conscious thought of what way to go. You never had to think, I need to turn left here and turn on my blinker, and then at this stop sign I have to take a right. Like, you're not consciously thinking that because you've taken that way so many times that your subconscious knows how to do it. It does not need to consult the conscious mind. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between something that's really happening in real life and something that's being visualized or thought of in your mind. A strong visualization is just as powerful as something really happening. And what's also wild is every thought that we think has a corresponding chemical reaction. So if we are imagining crisis scenarios in our mind, our body is actually creating chemicals as if that event were really happening. This can keep us so dysregulated, anxious, overwhelmed, irritable, because we're producing the chemicals as if these catastrophe events are really happening, or sometimes we're reliving our past over and over again because we are creating the same exact chemical makeup as if the past things that we're overthinking and rethinking and rehashing in our mind over and over again, we're just creating that exact same thing in our mind and in our body. It was primarily built from ages 0 to 7. So whoever you spent the most time around during this period of your life has a huge impact on the way that you see the world, the beliefs, the habitual thought patterns that you have, and every habit of action is rooted in a habit of thought. Every habit of action is rooted in a habit of thought. Let's say that you are continuously finding yourself with partners who are emotionally unavailable. The pattern of thought underneath that might be, I don't want to be seen. I don't deserve to be seen. I don't deserve to be loved. If you have these belief patterns, it's very easy to find yourself with somebody who is emotionally unavailable because they don't have the capacity to meet you there. It's like an energetic match. That's just one example. So the subconscious mind is built when we're very young, and it can be influenced throughout our entire lives, but it kind of gets like that base blueprint down so that we know how to operate in the world around us. It's just biology. It's like, that's why people say kids are sponges, because we're actually in a theta brainwave state from the ages of 0 to 7, and that is the same brainwave state that we're in when we go into hypnosis, which is a way to communicate directly with the subconscious mind. And when we're in a subconscious place, we're also tapping into the theta brainwave state as well. Subconscious mind works on repetition. So if we're trying to create any change, it's going to come through repeating that pattern over and over again. What got me into the subconscious in the first place was I would start watching daily affirmation videos while I was at work, and these affirmations were really changing the way that I was feeling about myself, and I was like curious as to why. And the reason is because the subconscious mind works on repetition. So I had been thinking all of these deeply negative thoughts, and I knew that I was thinking negatively, but I didn't know the extent to how bad it was, because you're not conscious of your subconscious thoughts. They're just repeating themselves over and over, creating those chemicals in your mind and body, and you're not even aware that you're having them. So I started listening to these affirmation videos, and it was creating such an impact in the way that I felt about myself that I knew something was happening beneath the surface. And that's when I started learning about neuroscience and the power of our thoughts and the power of the mind, and the fact that we even have a conscious and a subconscious aspect of ourselves. So the subconscious works on repetition. If you want to create changes at the subconscious level, it is best to do it through repetition. And that is a really important call out because it is going to take time. Repetition in and of itself takes time. It's going to take repeating the pattern over and over again, sometimes getting it wrong, readjusting, repeating it over and over again. It's like you are retraining something that wants to go left to go right. If you ever like change the part of your hair, it takes time to do that. It's not like you can just move everything over. It takes like several weeks for the hair to actually fall over in one place. It's not immediate. It is consistently redirecting that is actually going to allow the shift to take place. So be patient with yourself and approach this from a place of self-love and accepting that there are going to be bumps in the road and trusting that you can deal with those. You can move past them. You can make the little shifts. And every single time, if you're standing in the middle of a circle, each little shift that you make, if you shift even just 1 degree to the right, once you get this far out, you're going to be in a completely different place than if you had never made that shift, if you can visualize that. And yeah, this is a little intro to the subconscious mind. There's so much more to talk about. I'm going to be making more videos on this, more videos on hypnosis, overcoming emotionally dysfunctional homes, and normalizing the impact that that has on somebody as an adult. I'm going to talk about relationships and attachment. I don't necessarily want to be a person that talks about relationships, but it's so relevant and relationships are so activating that it's almost impossible not to talk about them when talking about changing our patterning, because we can see it so much clearer in the capacity of a relationship. We see our patterns so much more clearly if we're willing to look. This is really a place to normalize the dysfunction that comes with being raised in dysfunction, and a place to empower you to shift from a place of survival and into a place of authenticity, because we cannot be happy unless we're really living our lives in the way that we want to and showing up in the ways that feel true to who we are. And we can't do that if we are living in a place of survival and we're living on belief systems of people that raised us. If they never made the choices to change, you can make that choice for yourself. And if you are still here, it sounds like you are, and I'm so proud of you, and you're so worthy of this. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific that you would like to hear about, any questions that you have, or something that clicked for you. Put yourself out there a little bit. This is a community too, and it's so important to know other people who are on the same journey as us. So say hi to other people, and yeah, we're just creating something cool over here.